Hey guys, so today I thought I would come and sit down and explain a little bit more about what my Growing into 40s series is about. So I turned 40 at the end of this year in October, and as I was thinking about this, I started to realize that half my life could actually be over. And while that seems like kind of like a morbid thought, I do think that it's part of life. And so it doesn't really bother me to think of it that way. I think it's good that we all do, that we kind of look back and look forward and realize, what we have done in life and what we want in the future. And so that was kind of where this whole series is where it was born from. And so I started to think about where I wanted to see my life moving towards and what I wanted to include in it in my 40s and onwards. So knowing that, one of the first things that I really realized about turning 40 is that I really want to spend more time with my kids and my family. And also my friends. I do feel like I'm kind of in this period of life where myself and all my friends have kids, but my closest friends, they all have kids that are much younger than mine. And so we don't get to see each other very often, but we are actually all turning 40 this year. And so I think as a group, we're all making a little bit more effort to celebrate each other in the upcoming months. And so that has been really nice. I've seen them a little bit more than I usually do. But when it comes to my kids, I mean, they are right now, they are 8 and 10. And again, like they have kind of spent half of the life that they will spend at home with me at home already. So spending that time with them should be a priority in my life. I am really enjoying the age that they are right now. There's so much to talk to about with them and to watch them discover and just to watch them grow and become the little people that they are. But I did find previously when I was rushing to make content, which I do actually enjoy. I love making content and I love sharing things and, giving advice and being part of a community and creating connection. I love all those things, but I don't want it to take away from my present life and being present in those moments with my kids and my family. And so I don't want to be giving up my weekends or my evenings to be getting this type of stuff done. And I also don't want to be, rushing through it. So a big part of this Growing into 40 series is I really hope that this series is very authentic and it can be more about real life and not too curated to being overly edited to just like look good. Because I think also just like getting older, everybody around me and everybody out there, like maybe you watching this, we're all just people trying to figure out life as we're living it. And so I feel like that's just kind of a gentle reminder to be kind and to be open, and that, I myself don't generally want to see these overly curated videos or social media that only shows the good, because, life is messy and, mistakes happen and unexpected things pop up and all that. And along with spending time with my family, I really want to experience all those moments and maybe share some of them with you guys. But yeah, so hopefully that makes sense. I know I'm like a little bit rambling, but essentially more time with the people I care for and the people I love, and more authenticity coming in the forms of like being present where I am in real life, but also online as well. So another thing that I'm working on, which I have been working on for a little bit now, is redoing our closets. And so having a nice home, like I am such a homebody. My family is too. We all love being home. We spend so much time at home. It's our favorite place to be. And so it's really important to me that the space is functional, and not only functional, but comfortable. And so I have been working on my home for a really long time. I've done some DIYs, I've done some decorating, but I'm trying to lean more into decorating with things that are either functional or things that have meaning. So right now the closet that's definitely like a functionality piece of this. the closets were really bothering me because, I mean, I'm short, I'm 5'1", and so I couldn't reach the second row of things hanging in any of the closets in our house. There's 3. There's the master closet, and then both of the girls have a little walk-in closet as well. Other issues were that like there was a lot of unused space and extremely non-functional spaces. So one was in my girls' closets. In both their closets, there was like a hanging part, and then there was a dresser, but they didn't meet. And so there was just like an empty space that was the depth of the dresser, which was probably about 4 feet high, that was just unused, and things would drop down there. It'd be super annoying to try to get. And then along with that, because of that orientation, when there was adult size hangers in the girls' closets, like here, if this was where the hangers were, and then this is where the dresser was, when you pulled out the drawer, it actually hit all of the hangers. And so you just like couldn't pull the drawer out full, and it'd be like click, 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 clack, and it would just be like super annoying. And so we use our closets every day, and being organized is like, I personally have such a huge like love for being organized. It just makes my life and everyone that lives here, all our lives, like so much easier to be able to find things and to be able to, you know, get dressed quickly in the morning and all those things. And so reading the closets was on the top of my list, and it was something that I planned out at the end of last year and that I am currently in the middle of. So yeah, having a functional home and a comfortable home, moving into my 40s, that is another thing that I realized that I want. The last thing that I think I'll focus on with this Growing into 40s series is, I guess it's like longevity. And so even though I am turning 40, and even though half my life might be over, I want to live for as long as possible. I want to experience life to the best of my ability. And so a part of that is building routines and habits that are better going to support me. And so honestly, I am terrible at exercising. I kind of go through these spurts in life where I'll exercise a lot and then I'll like totally fall off the wagon. And it's just not good. And so exercise is a routine and a habit that I'd like to implement more in my life. You know, all the things people say to do, you know, being more active, moving around, drinking more water, being more mindful. I do think that, I do actually think that those things are important in life and do make things better and, you know, really help decrease the stress in life. Because if you're anything like me and you have kids and all things, life can get so crazy and unexpected, and you can just feel so drained at the end of the day. And like, I've had times in my life where I have felt like I have absolutely nothing left to give, and I become like a very angry person, and I don't want to be like that. At the same time, on a more like vain topic, I also want to look young for as long as possible. And so getting ready to turn 40, I will be, you know, hopefully able to try some new and explore some new things for skincare, as well as, you know, exercising. So it's kind of taking care of like the outside of my body, as well as the inside, and as well as, you know, my mind and soul. So those are the things that I'm focusing on, and what this series is going to focus on. While I'm doing this, I'm sure there's going to be other little things that pop up here and there, just because, you know, life is like that. And so until October, I guess like this huge main focus will be on this series of Growing into 40 and all the things that entail with it, all the things I'm trying to do to make that good. But it's also, you know, there's just probably going to be other stuff that pop up. But I do hope that it's entertaining to you guys, and that, you know, you guys, I would absolutely love if you guys, you know, became part of my community, and that we could build a community together. So like, if you comment and all that, I will absolutely reply, unless I get like a bajillion comments, but I just like don't see that happening. But yeah, if you guys are here, I would absolutely love it if you subscribe and follow. And I am also on Instagram, and I also have a blog because I like writing, and it's just something that I wish that I could do more. And I'm also on Facebook, which is something new, but something that I'm trying it out, and actually it seems pretty good to be like a space where everything can kind of live. But yeah, I would absolutely love it if you guys join me on any of those platforms. But yeah, until then, I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.